Blackmagic released DaVinci Resolve 20.2, which had Blackmagic, had Apple encoding and decoding in it, which was a bit odd. And then also, if I can find it, they released an update for this, which is the Blackmagic 4K cinema camera, which allowed the Blackmagic cinema camera to encode and decode, encode or shoot ProRes RAW in HQ and standard. So there's, in the ProRes RAW world, all of a sudden it's just all opened up. Now, there's a really interesting sort of backstory with all this, which I find quite fascinating. ProRes RAW was basically, okay, let's go back even further. Red owned the patents, a company called Red Camera owned the patents for compressed RAW. Now, what that is basically the data from the sensor of a camera gets shrunk down and packaged so you can record it, because obviously raw uncompressed data is huge and hard drives can't take it. And they probably can now. And so they were, really funny about this patent. They were, they wouldn't let anybody else use it. I think I never really found this out, but we think Sony may have licensed it, Canon may have licensed it, Blackmagic never licensed it to put in their cameras, and they had to come up with B-RAW, which is partially debated, but not pure RAW. So everybody had to find their solutions around the Red patent. Now, there's been numerous attempts to sort of bust the patent, saying it's holding back the industry. I mean, Apple tried a couple of years back to do that, and it didn't work. So, you're probably thinking the size of Apple, the size of Red. I think Red's was 60 people, and they've got one of the most important patents in the history of cinema. You'd have thought Apple would have just muscled in and gone, yeah, we're going to buy it. But Red didn't do that. It's really interesting. Nikon, who didn't have any kind of footprint in the cinema world, bought Red. And it makes perfect sense if you think about it. They get to have cinema cameras. And even today, they've released their first cinema camera thing called Z camera.